Classified Crime is on the case of Dennis Farris, and today let's take a look at his alleged history of violence. Dennis Farris, date of birth 8/23/86, and this is his profile with the Florida Department of Corrections. He has a lovely photograph here. We can see he was in medium custody. His most recent offense was possession of methamphetamine. He was sentenced September 20th of 2021 for just under 5 years. He was detained 10/20/1/21 in Seminole County, and we looked at that where they had to send a SWAT team out to drag him out of the house because he wasn't going to jail. Oh, also of note, he has an alias of the name Cadillac. Incarceration histories, 12/8/2008. He got out 6/26/2009. He went back in January of 2010 and got out August of 2018. He went in February 2019 and got out June of 2020. He then went back in October 21 and recently got out June 25. All of these offenses seem to take place in Orange County. He had grand theft of a motor vehicle, felony battery, grand theft of a motor vehicle, grand theft looks like $3,000 to $5,000, grand theft of a motor vehicle, burglary, assault on any person, aggravated battery on a pregnant victim, grand theft motor vehicle, robbery without a gun or deadly weapon, and grand theft motor vehicle. So this is just kind of an overview of Dennis Cadillac Keith Farris and his criminal history. I don't know if you saw the short I uploaded where I found a few gems on his Instagram and his TikTok where he is trying to start a career as a rapper, and he talked about getting in his truck, but I think he meant someone else's truck because he has some sticky fingers when it comes to motor vehicles. So if you haven't checked that little short out, it's on his playlist and I'll link it in here. Let's take a look at his most recent cases in Orange County. His most recent case was a civil traffic infraction where he didn't wear his seatbelt. He didn't show up for court. They suspended his license and then he showed up and paid his ticket. So that one is closed. Then he has a domestic violence and a repeat violence with the same victim. We'll take a look at those. So initially, this was the first filing on 4/12/2021. Initial action petition for repeat violence and stalking. And this is the petition for an injunction for protective order. The petitioner against Dennis Keith Farris, and the petitioner lived in Orlando. And she had listed the same address as Dennis. The last known place of employment was working for a landscaping company. We have some of his demographics, distinguishing marks and or scars, teardrop on face, lots of tattoos. Other names he goes by are Keith or Keithy. He does not have an attorney. She describes an altercation on March 26th that says we got into an argument which led to him repeatedly punching me in my head and back and face. He also made threats of taking me and my family out if I didn't listen to what he says. I'm sure the things he has to say are super important. April 2nd, in her car and at their residence, we were driving in the car. He got upset and punched my side of face, started bleeding. I was driving home and he dragged me out of the car, threw me on the floor, and repeatedly stomped my back with his foot, and also threats again of taking her out. I am afraid for my life. I am not even staying at home or going to work because of it. He has made threats of taking me out and my loved ones. Known weapons he is known to have is a crowbar, a gun, and a knife. And then she signed it for 12/21. Now, they did grant this temporary order on April 12th, temporary protective order against repeated violence. They had scheduled a hearing for April 27th. So then this temporary order got dismissed because of failure to appear at the scheduled hearing. And then also they noted that the respondent is currently an inmate. So he was unable to appear. So she had to end up refiling this. So she then refiled the petition on 5/18/21. And there's more detail here. So she did note that he is currently an inmate at Orange County Jail at the time of this. It asked how long they had known each other. It says this is a person who is or was living in the home with them. And they have known for a while since childhood, but recently been together. She gave some details about him and his demographics, his nicknames here. The reason for seeking the petition was that they missed the court hearing or aware of it, and the injunction was dismissed. She marked that he committed or threatened to commit domestic issues, that he had previously threatened, harassed, stalked, or physically abused her, that he physically restrained the petitioner from leaving the home or calling law enforcement. Because as we know, when someone is domestically violent, they suddenly become afraid when the police get involved. They aren't as aggressive when other males come around. So, of course, he would not want her to call law enforcement. That he destroyed personal property, including her phone or communication equipment, and engaged in other conduct that leads the petitioner to have reasonable cause to believe they're in imminent danger. Now, even though he was incarcerated at this time, she did describe that she was concerned when he got out that he would come back to the house he was living at with the petitioner. She wrote, I was in a relationship with the respondent, living with each other for a few months. The violence started with me and became scary, that I was in fear of my life, was very jealous and insecure, and was verbally abusive, which would lead to him getting physically abusive. He is right now in jail, but I'm asking for the injunction to protect me if he is released from jail. And my most recent situation was April 2nd. We were driving home and he punched me in the side of my face. I started bleeding. And when I pulled up to my house, he dragged me out of the car where I was on the ground. And then he started kicking. And then she says that she did write a statement to the police about the DV at the time. She did check that the respondent has a drug problem and a history of mental health problems. And then this is the continuation of previously. She said he was kicking her on her back repeatedly. Also on March 26th, we got into an argument and he repeatedly punched me in the back of my head. My whole head was swollen. He is a violent person. He has made threats of taking me out and my family if I wasn't to listen to what he has to say. Apart from these two incidents, he has been physically abusive. The address listed is her house, and she does not want him there to come there. These are the court minutes. They had the hearing on the 2nd of June, 2021. The petitioner sworn and testified. The respondent was not present. Did give the temporary injunction that was granted, made it final for 4 years through 6/2/2025. Now, he was released on June 1st, 2025. So that didn't end up giving her a ton of protection after he got released. He is back in jail as of September 18th, 2025. So he only lasted about 3.5 months before he's going to end up going back. They did extend it and they said he had to enroll in a batterers intervention program and come for a hearing on 9/1/21. And they gave exclusive use of the home to the petitioner. So those were the results of that hearing. So then on September 1st, they had the hearing, and it doesn't list any parties present, not the petitioner or the respondent. They said that he did need to enroll in the Certified Batterers Intervention Program and that he shall appear on 11/14/2021 to prove that he had enrolled and satisfactorily participated in. So let's see if he did that. As we can see here, they had court on the 4th of November, and they had to file a warrant issued for the respondent's failure to appear at the compliance hearing. So court opened at 10:13 and recessed at 10:15 because he did not appear. He was supposed to appear via Microsoft Teams and provide proof. So then this warrant was written on 11/8. And it just basically said the respondent may not purge from the warrant, and one of them exceeds the guidelines for indigency and will have to pay the $90 fee, and respondent shall be brought before the court within 48 hours. So not only did this person steal several vehicles, recklessly drive all across the state of Florida, and roll the car over, causing an accident, and then behaving like this.
Hold on. Ready? All right, let's count 3. 3, 2, 1, now! Pull his ass back. Pull his ass back! Clear. Roll over and get on your damn stomach.
But he also allegedly assaulted his partner on multiple occasions. So this is not an impressive person to me. He is embarrassing. He is, if these allegations are true, he is weak and insecure, as his victim described him. And when law enforcement gets involved, he's not so tough anymore. As you can see, he was crying and whining about his legs hurting after endangering many people's lives and overturning his stolen vehicle. And not only that, but he threatens to harm people and actually harms people allegedly if they won't listen to him. And no one should listen to him. And just in case you had any doubt whether or not anyone should listen to him, let's look back at this clip of what he has to share. I'm from Orlando, I'm in the city, I'm like a Rambo, I'm on the Mando, I'm from Orlando, I'm in the city, I'm like a Rambo. So that is what I have found so far on Mr. Dennis Keithy Farris, also known as Cadillac, according to the Florida DOC. Let me know if you want me to continue to expose his multitude of cases with Orange County. We've already looked at his Seminole County and his Putnam County body cam, but we also have the arrest report from Putnam County has been released. So hit that like button. I'll see you in the comments, and let me know if you want me to cover more of Mr. Keithy, the man though from Orlando. Thank you so much for watching.